Pops up. All right. So welcome everybody to our Club Leadership Safari. This is our second night, and we are thrilled to have you all here. So I want to start off by having you kind of throw away all your cares of the day and think about this scenario. Imagine your leadership experience and that every member of your club is happily engaged in our Soroptimist Dream programs and other activities that increase access to education for women and girls facing obstacles. Members in your club have fun with each other and feel a great sense of camaraderie and connection with each other. Differences are put aside as everyone is working towards the very same goals. Your board meetings are incredibly productive, with lots of thoughtful discussion and an openness, where all members feel included in decision-making. So if you can imagine this ideal state, well, that's where we would love to be. And that's where we as your leadership guides come in to play to help you have the best leadership experience possible. So my theme for the biennium is exploring new possibilities. And I also want to encourage you all to think about this ideal state of our club, what it would be like if we were just all on the same page and doing amazing things, working together and having so much fun. You just bring in more and more people to join your clubs, right? Because it's just so much fun. So think about that, and then think about the idea of what is one thing this club year that you would like to take on that is something new for you or new for other members. So perhaps it's inviting a seasoned Soroptimist who's never been to a district meeting to attend the district meeting with you. Or perhaps it's taking that brand new club member out for a cup of coffee or a nice walk in the park. You know, just think of those things and pick one adventure you would like to have to explore something new that you haven't done in your Soroptimist career here. Think of just one thing you might like to do. So for this year, I also want to set the groundwork for how we're going to do some of our learning opportunities. Many of you may be familiar with the Soropticals. We've rebranded that this year to be Soroptimist Safaris. They are going to be our online learning adventures that are generally about 1 hour, maybe a bit more, that will occur as we need them. So we want to have the flexibility to be responsive to your needs and decide to have some online learning opportunities when we need them. And of course, we'd all give you advance notice through emails and in the women newsletter and in our social media, but we want to have some flexibility here. So we want to make sure that these online learning opportunities are mostly kind of webinar-like. They're presentations. So you're not going to have a lot of interaction with these online opportunities. It's probably more like 80% listening and maybe 20% interaction. But our region produced workshops at district meetings, region conference, perhaps the area meetings. Those will be much more interactive. It's very much my goal that we have those sessions be a lot more interaction between club members. So that's 2 of our learning opportunities we wanted to share with you sort of over the course of this biennium and how they're going to work and how they'll be a bit different. So of course, tonight it is time to jump in to our Jeep and go on our Soroptimist Safari. This session, of course, as we know, will be recorded. The slide deck will also be available on our website next week. And of course, I'm encouraging everyone, if they've got a question, to jot it down in chat, and we'll save it towards the end of the presentation for our Q&A time. And based upon the questions we received last night and the questions we might receive tonight, we will also be putting together an FAQ, and those will actually email out to you early next week. And we'll also post them, of course, on our members only section on our website. So tonight's safari, we're going to be looking for some animals, of course. We'll be talking about the purpose and expectations. We'll be sharing documents. We're going to look at the club roadmap and our goals with the roadmap. We'll have a brief glimpse into region committees, and we'll take a look at communication tools that you and your club members should be using. We'll touch upon some federation information and review a couple of upcoming deadlines and dates. And then at the very end, of course, we'll move into breakout rooms. So let's start off with those documents. Hopefully you received the leadership guide in email and the 2022-2023 club and president timeline and checklist. Region Secretary Chris is probably dropping them into the chat right now for you to download if you need. And these will also be on the website, of course, in our members only section. But these guides are intended to help you be successful leaders. And I encourage you to share the information with your board, with club members, whatever makes the most sense for you as a club leader. These documents take a bit of time to produce, and I really want to give a huge thank you to Region Secretary Chris Christensen for taking so much time to redevelop and revise and revamp and create these two documents. And also a big shout out to our proofreader, one of the people on our new region skills pool, Midge Howard, who helped to proof. So tonight, with those documents and this presentation, it's time to go on a scavenger hunt as well. So we're not going to go through the leadership guide page by page, but we hope that you will do that on your own. And by doing that, we invite you to fill out answers that are found in the scavenger hunt. So we've got 4 answers for tonight's presentation, 5 in the club leadership guide, and 1 from the timeline checklist. And if you fill out that fillable PDF and email it to Governor-elect Wendy at governorelect@soroptimistnwr.org, and you're the first person with the correct answers, you'll win a prize. So keep working on that scavenger hunt and send those to Governor-elect Wendy. So let's talk a little bit about expectations of club leaders. There are 6 key items that we think are really important for club leaders to do. And they revolve around checking, participating, visiting, reading, communicating, and asking. What are they? So first of all, check to make sure that your contact information is up to date. We want you to be in contact with your district directors. Your main connection to the region is through your district director. And your district director needs to know if you have a change in your area meeting rep or who your area meeting rep is. So be sure to be in touch with them. And you're saying, what is that? What is an area meeting rep? That's a very good question, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But your directors will be the main connection along with their secretaries for the area meetings that we have in February, March, and potentially into April. But also, we need to know for sure who your Live Your Dream Award chair is. Region Live Your Dream Award chair, Kate Espy, needs to know who your Live Your Dream Award chair is for your club. So it's important to make sure that your contact information is up to date. And if you need to get in contact with your district director or with Region Chair Kate Espy about name changes, people changes here, we will put their emails in the chat a bit later, and I can go over that with with you all too in the Q&A. So of course, we want you to participate, and we encourage all members to participate in our learning opportunities. We, as volunteers, we all put a lot of time into our Soroptimist work, but we want to make sure that we're giving you the opportunity to learn and grow as much as you can and have a great Soroptimist experience as a club leader. With that, we also want you to visit the websites regularly, not only our Northwestern region website, but the Soroptimist International of the Americas website and the Soroptimist International website. All three websites, very different, but have great information. And we'll be touching upon some material in the Soroptimist International of the Americas website a little bit later tonight. Of course, we want you to read the women newsletter that is emailed out each month. And as club leaders, we encourage you to create articles and submit them. And once again, I can't emphasize this enough, communicate with your district director. They are the direct link between you and the region. And as always, ask for information or help as needed. We find many clubs have the same questions, have the same challenges, and we are here for you. We want to work together to help you be the most successful club you could possibly be. So you might be thinking, well, what is the purpose of our region? You will find in the leadership guide that there's a whole structure that gives you the sort of the hierarchy of our organization. But it doesn't really focus too much on the purpose of our region. So I wanted to quickly cover that tonight. Of course, number one, we are here for you. As your region leadership team, our focus is on helping you be successful, as I've already said. And we want to be supportive in best practices. So we want to be a great conduit of information. And we want to encourage you to build your membership and think about creating new clubs and developing future leaders within your membership, not only at the club level, but also at the region level. And of course, ensuring the use of our unified Soroptimist brand identity, which Secretary Chris will talk about in her breakout session. And promoting a culture of philanthropy. That means focusing on funding for our Soroptimist mission and vision. And then, of course, the region is one of the liaisons with SIA. We are in frequent contact with headquarters staff. So if you need something from SIA and you can't get a hold of the right person, you can always ask us too. So, purpose of Soroptimist clubs, the purpose of Soroptimist clubs, I can't talk tonight, are to provide the sustainable impact on the lives of women and girls who face obstacles by providing access to education leading to economic empowerment, right? Our big goal for the next almost 10 years now until 2031 is to provide 500,000 women and girls with access to education, right? That's a huge goal. But Soroptimist has a plan for that, and we'll be talking more about that throughout this club year. But we also want you all to consider embracing the core values that you find of education, empowerment, diversity, and fellowship as part of the overall strategic plan for the direction that our club is moving, our entire federation is moving. We also want to provide value through membership to all of the members, right? So they can have lots of fun. So please consider using the information in the leadership guide to inform your members about what Soroptimist is. There's great history in the leadership guide and great information about how the clubs in our region and our federation function. It helps especially for new members to gain the sense of the breadth and depth of our organization. And sometimes I know it's kind of easy to, when you get so focused on your local communities, to kind of forget about the greater worldwide Soroptimist organization that we have. So I think the leadership guide is also great for that too. Let's move on to the club roadmap. Now, this is an image of the club roadmap. What is the roadmap? The roadmap is your guide towards working towards our big goal of investing in the dreams of 500,000 women and girls through access to education, which you'll be hearing about a lot. So please use and share this roadmap as the strategic direction for all of our work. Everything we do should be focused on our mission and vision, and focused on investing in the dreams of 500,000 women and girls. Our women and girl focused projects are our key points. So you can see in the roadmap a discussion about programs, membership, public awareness, fundraising, and in supporting the big goal, our future of the organization. Let's get a little bit more specific about that though. And we'll talk a little bit about the region club goals. So the region club goals that mirror the roadmap. For this year, we're in the program area, we want every club to give at least one Live Your Dream Award. Hopefully more than one, but at least one. We also want to really encourage clubs taking on Dream It, Be It programs again. And also thinking about doing an Imagine Life Without Violence region application. And making sure that you're focused, your programs are focused and in alignment with the big goal and our plan to invest in the 500,000 dreams of 500,000 women and girls. So in membership, every club holds recruitment activities, and clubs maintain 85% of their membership at the end of the club year. For empowerment, we really want to encourage clubs to have at least 2, but hopefully more members attend district meetings, region conferences, and area meetings, and also participate in our online learning opportunities. And we want to make sure that every club follows the club roadmap. We want clubs to be recognized, and we're going to be talking at the district meetings about the newest way to do that, which is the Big Goal Accelerator projects. So at our district meetings, we're going to be having an interactive session talking about what those are and how you can participate. And with fundraising, we want to encourage you to support, of course, our region level dream programs through our Dream Jar, club giving, and making sure that everyone is involved with founders, has donated to Founders Pennies. And we'd also like to encourage you this year to consider, if you're not already a Laurel Legacy member, to become a member of the Laurel Legacy. And if you're asking what on earth is that, we've got information for you about that too. So those are our goals for this coming year. And how do we actually achieve those goals? Well, that's where some of our region committees come in to help you achieve our goals. So our Soroptimist International of the Americas committees that we have, these chairs are approved by Federation staff, headquarters staff, and we've got our program chair that oversees the DREAM programs, our Live Your Dream Award chair, our Dream It, Be It chair, a membership chair, fundraising chair, public awareness chair, and Soroptimist Celebrating Success Awards chair. And I know Sandra Umsden is here tonight, and she is the Soroptimist Celebrating Success Awards chair. So you could always ask her questions about that. So those are some of the committees, and you'll be hearing more about these committees at district meetings. Of course, there'll be lots of reports and time to talk with either the district reps for these committees or the region chairs at the district meetings. And they'll be available to you also via email once we finish getting everyone's emails set up. So region committees and teams. We have a couple of new committees this year, and teams, I should say. We have a member communications team, and that team is dedicated to all the communications we send to you. So the newsletter, working on the website, members only section, and some of our social media posts. They focus on making sure that we're communicating with you. We also have a new Global Connections Committee that's going to be working on encouraging all of you to connect to our global Soroptimist community. In addition, we have a new skills pool, and we're asking folks who have maybe just a little bit of time, but a whole lot of talent to consider being part of that skills pool. That's somewhat of the technical areas, whether it's perhaps WordPress or AV, audio systems, or proofreading, or infographic design, graphic design in general, all those sorts of things. So if that would appeal to you, please reach out to me. We're always looking for people to join our skills pool. That's very task-oriented. And then we have obviously all the other committees, and you'll be hearing from these committees throughout the year, not only at district meetings, but we'll have articles from many of the committees in our woman newsletter. All right, Governor-elect Wendy, are you ready to talk about these communication tools?
I am ready, my little safari leader. Okay, so one of Governor Karen's goals is to really make sure that we are using our positional emails, specifically for clubs, using your soroptimist.net email. That is how your directors are going to communicate to you. So you want to make sure that you've got it all set up. It's good to go. If you have any challenges with it, you need to reach out to SIA. But something to think about, some of the best practices that we've kind of, been hearing from other clubs is who has access to the soroptimist.net email account. Is it the president? Is it the secretary? Is it the corresponding secretary? So make sure that people who need to be checking it on a regular basis has access to it and that you check it often. Let's say, but I don't ever see anything. Check your spam and your junk to make sure that something isn't in there. And I think Chris just dropped in the guide, what to do if it doesn't work. Correct, Chris? She's nodding yes. Okay, so remember, get your SIA at your soroptimist.net club email set up and ready to go. Let's see, what else do we have in communication? Oh yes, the e-blasts. Okay, so of course this is our primary form of communicating to everybody from the for the members. So for those of you that are familiar with the Northwest Region website, you'll notice that there is a members only part of it. If you are automatically enrolled in the members only part of it, you will receive the email blasts. If you are not receiving the emails, check your spam or junk mail. And that of course is if you are signed up. And so one of the tests we just did, if you are signed in through members only on our region website, we just sent out the District 3 call. So be on the lookout for that. If you're not getting it, check your spam or junk. And if you're not getting it, double check to make sure that you are registered as a member only on the Soroptimist NWR at soroptimist.org. No, soroptimistnwr.org. Oh, I'm confused. It's been a long day. So yeah, so make sure that you be checking all of those good things. And also make sure that whatever comes through an email blast that you're sharing with your members. So much information comes in through the region, and it's how we really want to make sure that everybody knows what's going on and what they can look forward to, and all the 411. Okay, what's next, Karen? Oh yes, coming soon, the Northwestern Region chat. This is going to be great. This is just another platform for members to talk with other members throughout the region, share ideas, gain insights. I believe that there will be also a chat strictly for presidents, and then another one for treasurers. So yeah, so the chat will be coming soon. You're going to hear more about it at district meetings and then again at region conference. And they're running a few tests on it, but once it's good to go, then it'll be rolled out to everybody. Oh, one other thing. Oh, one other thing. If you could back up one quick second there, Governor Karen. Okay, so if you have gone into SIA, make sure that your email address is correct and up to date there. If through SIA's website you have opted out to not receive any emails or anything, then you will not be getting anything from the region. Is that correct, Karen? Yes, because we're going to take the email addresses that are on SIA and populate ours. So, but you also still have to be signed in through the members only. Does that make sense?
So we will be switching platforms.
Right.
And when we do that, we're going to be using the database that you all have seen on the Soroptimist International of America's website, the club directory. And that database is the one we're using. So if you've opted out, you won't be on our list. But we'll try to figure out a way that you can opt into region communications for sure.
Yeah. Yes, thank you, Becky Taft. If you opt out with SIA, then your name does not appear on the website for us to look up. So it's like you're invisible. Don't be invisible. Okay, so going back to chat. So the chat also, like Karen was saying, if you chat through, what is it, Facebook Messenger, or what was the other one, Karen? Instagram?
On your phone.
On your
Even
phone.
a little bit, doesn't really look like this, but it's the same concept, right?
Same concept, yes. So anyway, it's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to it. We're just kind of working out the kinks. And what else? Ooh. Okay, so right here. So this is what the landing page of our Northwestern Region website looks like. And you can see that we have circled login. Once you have logged in, you will have access to all the different links that are on our website. Do you have a page of that, Karen?
No, we've jumped to the members section after that. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it just sends you to the members only section if you log in.
Right. To log in. So make sure that you get logged in so you know what's going on. And then we're going to jump over from Northwestern Region to the SIA website. And this is probably the most important page you will need to familiarize yourself, because it has all the answers that you've been looking for right there. So if you click on recruitment tools, for example, everything you need for recruiting is there. How to pay your dues and manage the club roster, all the information is there. And so SIA makes sure that this is up to date. So make sure that you familiarize yourself, because it's going to be your new best friend. And then this one is the club administration page. This is where all the documents and forms that you will need for the operations of your club. And Chris, I think, is also, did you already drop the link? You're going to, though. So yeah, anything to do with the roadmap, reports, change password, anything operationally, you'll be able to find there on that page. And then the blog. So the fun thing about that, you go to the website, you click on blog, and you can review all the posts. For May, you will see COVID guidelines. So if you're to click on read more, it would open up the article about that, which would be this one. And then also notice that she has the declaration form circled. You can also click on that. It'll take you to the form, which looks like this. And you can, it's a fillable PDF. You can fill it out and then you can print it and mail it, or you can email it after you fill it out. So that makes it really easy as well. And then
I've tossed in a little bit about insurance tonight. Because
You
there was
did.
this
And
question
right.
that
And can you
popped
go
up.
back one page before I
Sure.
forget? So we also need to make sure that this is the declaration for face-to-face. Somebody asked last night if you can do it for a time frame from like September 2022 till July 2023. Yes, you can. You can put in multiple dates, whatever you need. And the other thing is, once SIA gets it, they will file it. They don't necessarily send you something back saying, hey, thank you so much, got your form. You'll just have to, okay, did the insurance for 2 events this month. Okay, so insurance, moving right along. Again, this is on the SIA website. You can click on the links. It'll get you all the information. And for the insurance portion of it, what Sandra was saying is you're going to send it to, Chris, do you remember the name of the person? It's Johanna.
Yeah, it's right on this form.
Yeah, I can't remember the name.
It's
but
right
Oh,
here.
okay.
It's
is
right
Oh,
on
here.
there it
It's
is.
right here on the
Yeah.
slide.
Oh, Joanna. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, you would send her a copy of that and it'd be good to go. Right?
Great. Thanks for covering that, Governor-elect Wendy. I threw this extra slide in tonight and I forgot to mention it.
That's
Good job.
okay. You know, I'm just a little discombobulated tonight, but it's all good. I'm
You
all
had a
over
long-
the place.
Had a long day at work. All right, I'm going to shift and talk a little bit more about the SIA procedures document. I feel like this is one of those documents that's not very well known by club leaders and is a really great document for you to share with all of your club members. As you can see here, part of the table of contents, there's a whole section of procedures governing clubs. So I want to just point out a couple of key items within the SIA procedures. And these are questions that have come up in the last biennium several times. So I just thought I'd cover them tonight. So first, there are clear guidelines for what clubs can and cannot take public positions on. So as club leaders, you want to make sure that your members are aware of these procedures and abide by them as when you are participating in Soroptimist activities and at your club meetings, right? So the other thing is that, of course, the important thing I think too to remember is that clubs and members in their capacity as Soroptimists cannot do any political campaigning either for or against any candidate for elected public office. So that means, of course, that your club can't hold a campaign rally for Sally Soroptimist, even if she is a member, because that would fall within the do not do category. Also important to note that personal contact information of Soroptimist members will not be used for commercial or solicitation purposes. And this is what I think gets back to a lot of people thinking about opting out of receiving communications, is that, you know, they don't want their personal information to be shared. And so we just want to be really clear about this, that you can't take names out of the directory and decide for your new business of cookie baking, you're going to email every Soroptimist in our region and say, hey, I'm starting a cookie baking business. That's a no-go. So hopefully that's clear. But there have been some questions on that in the past, certainly. So as we begin to wrap up our safari adventure tonight, I of course want to mention the upcoming district meetings, and the District 2 call will be coming out this next Monday. And then the Monday after that, the District 1 call will be out. And of course, District 4's call has been out for a couple of weeks now, and District 3's went out on Monday. So be sure to pay attention to the deadlines for early bird registration and booking hotel rooms. Super important. There'll be a reminder, of course, coming up in the September Woman newsletter that will be coming out at the very beginning of September, if not the end of August. So just be sure to keep in mind those dates that you find in the call to meeting. And the call to meetings, of course, can be found on our Northwestern Region website in the members only section. But we do have all the dates listed in the public section, the main homepage, in case you just want to glance at the dates of our upcoming district meetings. I also want to mention that in September, again, we will have a Live Your Dream Award safari for Live Your Dream Award chairs from clubs or club presidents, whoever wants to join. Region Live Your Dream Award Chair Kate Espy and her team will be going over everything related to the Live Your Dream Award that you could possibly want to know. So if you didn't get enough from our July, August Women newsletter, all the information that was in there, this will be a perfect opportunity online to ask questions of our Live Your Dream Award team, because of course we want to have more participation this year. SIA has set us a goal to increase our Live Your Dream Award participation by 10%, which doesn't sound like much, but it will take all of us to make it happen. Then coming up in November, we will set your calendars now to be thinking about this. Everybody who is in a Washington State Soroptimist Club, that's Washington State Soroptimist Clubs, we will be doing a Washington State Nonprofit Law webinar session here, Safari, to talk about the changes in the law that have taken place this past year. So it's going to be super important to think about that. And that will happen in early November. You'll be able to find these dates in our women newsletter, as well as we'll send out e-blasts and on social media on our Northwestern Region Facebook page and Instagram. So lots of opportunities for finding these dates for upcoming events. I just want to keep those in mind. All right, so we've got time now to have our Q&A session. We're doing really well before our breakout rooms, but I do want to mention again, we'll do the Q&A and then we'll do the breakout rooms. So Region Secretary Chris Christensen will be in room 1. So if you can't figure out how to navigate to a room yourself, you can always just raise your finger for room 1 or room 2, and we will help send you there. Room 2, of course, will be Region Treasurer Becky McGinty, who will be talking all things treasurers. And then the main room will be Governor Luckwindy and myself. So keep that in mind. 3 different sort of breakout rooms. And before we start our Q&A, I want to say thank you very much for your time here tonight. We really appreciate your dedication to Soroptimist and your thoughtful attention of everything we've had to say tonight. And we're looking forward to your questions. Right now, I'm going to stop sharing the screen.
Okay. Governor Karen, we got a couple questions in the chat. The first one came, are email e-blasts sent to all members or only officers?
Oh, that's a great question. So the e-blasts go to everyone who is registered on our Northwestern Region website. So if you register for the members only section access, that automatically puts you on the list to receive our region emails. The good news I want to say is that in the next couple of months, we're going to be transitioning to a new email system, saving some money, but also what will happen is everyone will automatically be added to that email list unless you've opted out from SIA's emails. And you can then choose if you wanted to opt out of our emails, which we don't encourage, but it'll give you that flexibility and no one will have to register to get our emails anymore. So we're looking forward to this transition. It just takes a bit since we're all volunteers, right? So if you're not getting our Northwestern Region e-blasts, it could be that they're going into your spam folders, junk folders, or that you're not registered. But you can usually find most of the information that's sent out in e-blast, once again, on the members only website, that you'd have to kind of look around and see what's new. Does that answer the question, I hope? Thanks.
Yeah, I think that does. And it's also just, you want to try to encourage every new member to get logged in to that system when you bring them on board. So they do get the contact because they don't get them until they've logged on. The next question was asked is, what platform will the chat come on? And that's Okay.
Good question. That is going to be part of our Microsoft 365 platform that we are using for the Northwestern Region Leadership Team. And that's where you get within our region, like if you're emailing me as governor@soroptimistnwr.org, or you want to email the Live Your Dream region chair, it's LYDA chair@soroptimistnwr.org. It's that same platform, but it's in Teams, if any of you know Teams, and it's a chat feature within that. So we're setting up channels for districts and channels for club presidents and channels for secretaries within districts, and then a region-wide channel, so to speak. If any of you use Slack, it's a little bit like Slack too. But it's all free because it's part of our own system. That's nice.
We hope we're not have a whole bunch of slackers here. So
Yeah.
the next question was, would having a candidate as a speaker at the meeting count, even if you asked all local candidates as far as the political involvement?
You could invite all the candidates to a forum. I guess my question would be, is it relevant to the Soroptimist organization, or is there another organization in town that might be doing that sort of thing? That would be my question. But you can, if as long as you're inviting multiple candidates for information, that's okay. You just can't promote, and you just can't have, one person come in and speak if they're running for office.
Okay. And the next question is, what will be discussed in room 3?
Chat room 3 is probably the main room. And Governor-elect Wendy and I don't have anything specific to chat about. We wanted to get information from club presidents about, what you might like to see from us for this biennium as far as learning opportunities or challenges, any sort of Q&A in the main session here.
Okay, that takes care of all the questions I found in the chat. So
And
she just launched a poll.
I did. I meant to, sorry to interrupt, Director Becky. I wanted to do this poll, and then I pushed the record button. I thought I should wait until we finished our presentation, but I'd love to hear kind of these 3 questions here. What is the role in your club? And the second question, if you scroll down in the poll, your leadership experience, and then what district you're from. That would be awesome. Thanks. And I'll be closing out this poll in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Thanks. This is super helpful for us. And I'll just share the results. It's great to see who all is here tonight. Great to see so many seasoned leaders back. Aha. And if you don't know what your district is, what district you're in, talk to us and we'll try to help you out. Or you could ask another club member if you're not the club president. Yeah, or maybe someone's just being clever tonight. But thank you. It's good to see so many seasoned leaders here. I'll stop sharing that poll right now. We can go on with other questions.
Okay,
Thanks.
we got one more question. Can you send this recording, since I lost part of it, at Gold Beach?
So this recording will be on our Soroptimist YouTube channel. So if you watch any YouTube, you just go to youtube.com, you type in Soroptimist Northwestern Region, and our channel will appear. We won't have it loaded until probably next week because we'll take a time to do some processing, but you'll find it there. And we'll try to put a link in our members only section of the website as well. It's too big of a file to send via email.
Okay, just so long as they can know where to find it. Yes, Kathy.
Rune. I'm a co-president, and Soroptimist prefers one person to hold each office. And is there somehow that I can get the information sent to me also, So it goes to our president. She works and travels. I'm retired. Is there some way around that?
I would recommend changing and putting your name on the contact information for SIA and for the region.
How do we do that? How?
Treasurer Becky wants to.
I was just going to suggest that as long as they both had access to the club email address, that would be another alternative.
Oh, so it would all be there?
Mhm.
Okay.
But also I would, encourage, you could email your district director, and we actually have a list of club presidents. And so I would make sure that you're included in that list.
Okay.
And Region Secretary Chris is also maintaining a list. So that would be really helpful. So if you need to, that's probably the best thing to do too for our region communications, is to make sure that you're listed. But otherwise you could do a change form with SIA and change your information. I'm trying to remember the number is of that form, and I'm just drawing a complete blank at the moment. But we could figure it out. I know it's in the club administration section. So
Thank you.
good question, sure. Form 200. Thank you, Director Becky. It is the Form 200. All right, other questions? If not, you can open up the breakout rooms, and Region Secretary Chris will be in breakout room 1. Region Treasurer Becky will be in breakout room 2. And Governor-elect Wendy and I will be here to talk through all of your questions and ask you some questions too. Want to see what you're all thinking. So I'll open up the rooms. Right now, you should see the ability to navigate to a room, but if you can't, let us know